Hello, I'm Jonasz Rewiński and this is Military Mind. Armed conflicts, defense and security, land, sea and air. We've got you covered. Last night, Russian forces attacked Ukrainian territory using one ballistic missile and 126 drones. Authorities report that the strikes damaged both critical and civilian infrastructure. In Zaporizhia, a woman was killed in the Russian strike and 6 others were wounded. According to Ukraine's State Emergency Service, 2 multi-story residential buildings were damaged. In the northern region of Sumy, more than 15 people were wounded in Russian drone attacks. In the regional center, apartment buildings and other structures were damaged and hundreds of windows shattered. Meanwhile, in Russia, drones attacked Cheboksary, where the defense plant known as the Progress is located. The head of Russia's Chuvash Republic stated that there were no casualties and no major structural damage. As previously reported by the General Staff of the Armed Forces of Ukraine, the Progress plant manufactures the Kometa or Comet adaptive antennas used in Shahed-type strike drones, as well as guidance modules for bombs. The head of the Chuvash Republic did not mention a strike on the plant itself. Local residents reported another hit on a defense facility. Turning to the front line now, in the Pokrovsk sector, Russian troops have almost completely captured the residential areas of Mirnograd. At the same time, Ukrainian defense forces cleared zones where Russian troops had infiltrated south and north along the highway towards Dobropilya. Analysts from the Kiev-based open-source intelligence project known as Deep State separately note that the defense of Mirnograd is nearing its end, reporting that the Russians are enabling and establishing UAV operator positions in the northern part of the city and are infiltrating as far as the western outskirts of Khryshine, northwest of the city itself. Now, Ukrainian military observers, analyzing Moscow's operations across different sectors, conclude that Russian logistics for short-range strike systems are largely absent, as is any centralized supply or coordinated deployment of these systems. The equipment that is encountered appears to be limited in numbers and evidently acquired or organized through the initiative of individual servicemen or officers rather than through any structured logistical support. Now, we're opening today's episode with combat footage from a Ukrainian unit showing troops investigating enemy presence in a forested area. The video was shot from a first-person perspective, allowing viewers to assess the scale of the sweep and the tactics used by the fighters. During the operation, the unit checks shelters, finds signs of Russian military presence, and clears out the remaining positions. Every step is carefully planned out, checking buildings, controlling open areas, and making sure it's safe to move forward. The probable location of the events is the area of the village of Shcherbenivka in the Donetsk region. The footage is dated July 2025.
Туда, ты направо, я налево. Да. Вот, это Плюс принял. Два, быстро сейчас. Все. Минус, он есть. Плюс на доску. После того оружия.
То були не ви. То, що я бачив. Ні, туди. 3.
Куди?
3 туди до ями.
До ями якої?
Яку копали ці.
Там тільки що там.
Кажу, туди пішло 3 шльоми такі. Один в рижому койоті, другий в сірій кофті.
Operators from the security service of Ukraine's Alpha unit carried out a series of night strikes on critical Russian military infrastructure far behind the enemy lines. The targets were Russia's headquarters and command posts, as well as ammunition and logistics depots. FP-2 strike drones with 105-kilogram warheads were used in the attack. This approach ensured precision strikes and maximum effectiveness. The result was a significant weakening of Russian logistics and command, the destruction of ammunition reserves, and the paralysis of key military facilities, creating conditions for further action by the Ukrainian Defense Forces. And of course, a quick reminder, the drones that were used in this operation, FP2, FP stands for Fire Point. And you might have heard of this company. It also manufactures the Flamingo missiles. Recently, there were even reports that one of the production lines might have been struck. But the company apparently already relocated it and is manufacturing the missiles again. So, a company to watch out for, one that has been in the spotlight due to its various technological advances. Now, we're going to be moving on to our next story. And at this point, you probably heard about the Ukrainian Vampire-class strike UAV, also known as the Baba Yaga. Now, this unmanned aircraft is capable of operating in both day and nighttime conditions, leaving behind a trail of destruction among Russian equipment and manpower. The Russians already call it absolutely terrifying. No enemy vehicle or position feels safe when the Baba Yaga flies over the battlefield.
Що, друзі, ви так довго на це очікували. Що, розпочнемо?
Тепер в Україні.
And that's all for now. Please stay with us here on TVP World for more latest news, updates and commentary.